92. Thank you. Buddy, Black Ops 1 world record. Tactical travel, hang on, bud. You wanna know what was happening? Look, watch. Wait for it, wait for it. Here, let me go to the thing, let me go to the thing. He says scam. We did stream Black Ops 1 Zombies for all of 20 minutes before my game stopped working. So fuck you, dude. How's that sound? Scam these. Punk ass. You're a fucking idiot, dude. It's literally an old stream from earlier today. I didn't rename anything, you fucking moron. Look, see how this is a totally separate, different fucking stream? And then see how this is, and then see how this is a totally different fucking stream? There's no fucking scamming about it, you fucking idiot. It's just lack of education. Lack of education on your part. That's all. What do you want me to do? I'll open it back up. What do you want me to do? Let's see here. You can edit the title? Yeah, of course you can edit the title. But look, you fucking gabagool, this fucking stream already happened. It's private. This stream's private. Look, see? Look at that. Look, see? See? This is its own stream. That happened. Now I click back. And this is the current stream that's happening. See? Crazy. I know. It's almost like I started a whole new one. Yay! What pencil? What fucking pencil are you talking about? What pencil? What fucking pencil? This? You want me to click on this? You want me to click on the pencil for the other one too? You want me to click on this? What pencil? You fucking high? What fucking pencil, bud? I'm on the pencil, buddy. See the title? Yeah. You see the title? Yeah, for sure. You see how this stream was 21 minutes long? See how the stream was 21 minutes long? And then it ended? And then you see how this stream right here, it says live. This one says live. That's because this is the stream that's live right now, not the other one, you fucking gabagool. Don't ever call me a fucking scammer again, you little cocksucker. No, I didn't, you fucking idiot. Watch, I'll open up the two different fucking pages. Yeah, you're an idiot. You're just a dumb troll. Either that or you're just a stupid ass little kid. Either or, it doesn't matter. You're fucking stupid. You, sir, are fucking retarded. No, the video actually wanted to watch disappears. Fuck. No, I can tell because of stream updates. You're a fucking idiot, dude. You don't even know what you're talking about. I literally just showed you. It's two separate fucking streams. You dumb cunt. Watch, I'll literally make it unprivate on my fucking channel just so you can see it. You fucking moron. Publish, watch. Now I'll go watch it. See? If this wasn't its own live stream, how come I'm fucking sitting here playing zombies watching it? How is that even possible? Oh. Bro, how did you just guarantee crossbow and ray gun LMAO? What the? Wow. That's a clone. Definitely. You got me there. Shit. You got me. My twin brother, that's right. My twin brother over in fucking Kazakhstan. You got us. Yeah, yeah. Keep it up, buddy. Okay, we should be good to go now. I was just thinking, actually, we might not have enough space in the inventory to do this, but you're goddamn right about that, bud. For sure. For sure, bud. For sure, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna go make a bunch of potions and shit now. Yeah, this universe all makes sense, doesn't it? You fucking looked into her soul and it all makes sense now, eh? Life's made of bullshit? Oh, of course. 100%. Life is definitely some made up bullshit.
It's Friday night in Las Cruces, New Mexico. To kick off the weekend, hundreds of people converge at Young Park for an amateur car show. The smell of engine exhaust fills the desert night air as drivers show off their tricked-out rides. But then, shortly after 10 p.m., all hell breaks loose.
911 emergency. What city?
Hello there, gunshots at Young Park. People got shot. Young Park, Young Park.
At Young Park? Okay. How many people were shot?
3 GSWs.
3 GSWs?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. One is on the head.
Where's the shooter?
I'm holding one as we speak. The shooter.
Okay, where's the shooter?
Las Cruces police rush to the scene. When they arrive, the gunmen are nowhere in sight. But the chaos and
Doctors
carnage they
who
left
can read their own
behind
history?
is
It's an
everywhere.
interesting take. Yo, what's up, Squirt? This kid's a fucking weirdo in my stream, buddy. Thank you for relieving me of this fucking agonizing conversation we were having. This kid's a fucking weirdo. What are you saying, buddy? What are you up to today, Squirt?
She has a pretty good hole in.
We're gonna get some bodies in the park declared.
Two victims, 17-year-old Jason Gomez and 16-year-old Andrew A.J. Madrid, are dead from multiple gunshot wounds. 16 others are injured.
Hey, just 48. This is mom. This is mom of some of them.
And the park is littered with bullet casings and blood spatter.
Get this.
How you been, buddy? How you been?
This whole front parking lot. Let's get it taped off. Yeah.
Ambulances rush the victims to a nearby hospital. And the most critical cases are life-flighted to another medical center. Back at the park, officers gather information from a handful of eyewitnesses who didn't flee the scene.
Not with my girl no more. Other than that, good. Why? What happened, Squirt?
All gathered together in the middle.
What happened, buddy? If you
We're
don't
all
mind me
gathered
asking.
together. And then there are just multiple gunshots let off. Everyone starts running.
Shit, you were just talking the other day how you didn't want to be alone.
We didn't see a face. It was just everybody started running, and then
That's
so
why
we
y'all
started
shouldn't let
running.
the darn people out.
Because I thought it was just the sound of a car when it starts
Yeah,
popping.
me too.
But
So,
then I started seeing shots flying next to me, and I knew it was a gunshot.
With a mass shooting on their hands and the gunmen on
I
the
gamble
loose,
too
Las Cruces
much.
Police Chief
What do you
Jeremy
mean,
Story
bro? You gamble
requests
too much.
assistance from multiple law enforcement agencies,
You out here hitting
including
the
New
tables or
Mexico
something?
State Police and the FBI. As officers secure the crime scene and wait for CSI techs
Tactical
to arrive,
travel. I know exactly who the fuck this is now.
even
I know
they are
exactly who the
stunned by
fuck
what has
tactical
just
travel
happened.
is. Exactly who you are, buddy.
This.
Can't hide from me, Ghost.
This is the
most people were-
shooter after shooter in town.
Detectives are dispatched to the hospital.
Yeah,
where
we
a
hit
crowd of
tables, but
worried
I'm
loved
not
ones
setting
have gathered
limits and
outside.
doing
If
too
everybody
much.
can
Damn.
listen up real quick, I'm Detective Melinda with Las Vegas Police Department. At this point, obviously it's a chaotic scene, correct?
So we're trying to figure out. We have people here. We have people
Damn,
at the
bro.
other hospitals.
Maybe it's time to
What we need to do
maybe
right
it's
now
time
is
to
identify
look
anybody
into
who was there,
Gambling Anonymous, you
who
know?
was there, who witnessed any shooting or witnessed the fight. That's what we specifically need right now.
Maybe it's
So if you were there,
it's
you
time.
have identification as far as any victims, identifications of the shooters or vehicles involved. I need you guys to come see me now.
Inside, investigators speak with some of the surviving victims, hoping they can provide a clearer
Nah, I've been
picture
talking
of
about
what
that
happened
with family and
who
friends all
is
day today.
responsible.
Oh, really?
Going on there at the park.
Dang.
Have you ever heard of a takeover? No. So like people start doing like burnouts, donuts. And me and my
Really?
son were just there, just watching. Yeah, bro. And then we see the crowd start moving all like away from us, and so what the hell? So then me and my son were standing, and we see some people. Or we look
Swear
behind us,
women
and
are
some
just money
big dude had a
whores.
little
I
bit
mean,
of
90% of them for sure.
a big dude.
Big guy.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going in, boss?
Yes, sir.
A good 90% of
In the
them.
chokehold, right?
And then you gotta find that 10% that's actually there, you know? Willing to be like a good woman. Just like most men are just pieces of shit. You know, there's probably about 10% decent ones.
No, nothing. Did you see any vehicles they might have been in or anything? No.
Got good game for a one-night stand, but what would you even know about a one-night stand? The only one-night stand you've ever had was with your left fucking hand.
I honestly didn't say anything because there was a big group of people like right next to me, and all I heard was.
Yo, Sigma, just dealing with this idiot in my chat.
And that's all I saw. And whenever I was running, there was this guy that grabbed me, and he was like, "Run!"
If she wasn't your type, you just need some pussy. Hey, bro, I respect that. We've all been there. I was just there.
And I started grabbing it.
We've all been there, buddy.
I'm sorry. I
No, it's
I literally just went through that experience.
okay.
Except I didn't date her. I seen her in a couple weeks.
Everything I heard was just the pops. Yeah.
You know who was involved?
The only one night stand you ever had was fingering
But the
yourself all
victim's
night.
friend was at the
I
car show
think
too,
you're an
and
idiot,
she's
dude.
able to provide
How
more
dare you
details
fucking
about the gunman.
expose me like that?
I'm arguing, and my brother was right there, so I went over there to check on him because I didn't know if he was involved. He wasn't. Then my sister, she's not my sister, but that's my friend. She said they have a gun, and I look, and it was a guy wearing a red and black. I don't know if it was a hoodie or like a shirt over a hoodie or something. But it was red right here and black on the sleeves.
Okay.
And he grabs the guy and shoots him in the head.
Chocolatey.
They all start running,
But I didn't teach any card.
And a bunch of other guys pull out guns, and everybody just starts shooting.
Okay.
Yo, but long Sigma, we're about to go make a bunch of potions and stuff, and then we're gonna go finish our task.
15 or 16, he looked like a kid. He looked young. Two of them looked young.
Those two that were fighting? Or
There was like a group of like, say 8 arguing. I don't know who they were. I know that they were either Latino or Hispanic. But we found the video.
Yeah, you better,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
more or less see the guy that I was talking about with the red shirt. So first is this. This is on Chris's page on Instagram. You can see.
My dude's got the mind of a fucking 3-year-old. I got it, I got you, I got you.
Those guys pulled out guns.
Starting to name body parts. Next thing you know, he's gonna be like, elbow.
The video gives police their first
eyeball.
look at the shooters, and as more video evidence comes in throughout the night, it shows the gunman fleeing the park in what appears to be a red Mercedes. But no one seems to know exactly who these gunmen are, until one shooting victim offers up a name.
Yeah, well, they're all brothers.
who did you say they are?
Their name, they go by their Rivas.
The Rivas? Do you know their first names?
No.
Another witness echoes her statement.
My boyfriend had said it was my boyfriend and my 2 nephews, and me and my family were on our side by side, and my boyfriend said that there was about to be a shootout because they were talking shit to my nephews.
Get double slammed.
Okay.
Oh, I got you.
Cocked them back. My nephews did the same thing. And my boyfriend just said to get the kids.
Look
out
at
of
you
there.
go, bro.
So when I took off, by the time I got
You're
out,
just too good.
the bullets were just flying everywhere.
Thanks to these two witnesses, investigators identified two potential suspects, 20-year-old Tomas Rivas and his brother, 17-year-old Nathan Rivas. As detectives
look at all
run with this
those
new lead,
fucking
one of the
sapphire
victims,
rings,
19-year-old
holy.
Dominic Estrada, succumbs to his injuries, bringing
It's
the
actually
death toll to 3.
Apple drop. Ooh, we got a spirit tree seed from that? Let's fucking go, boys. Take those. We'll take those.
The next morning, as the sun rises over the crime scene and the community remains in shock, detectives sit outside Nathan Rivas's home conducting surveillance. In front of Nathan's house, they spot a red Mercedes. It's riddled with bullet holes. As detectives watch and wait, a black BMW pulls up to the house. Minutes later, Nathan Rivas comes out of the house carrying a bag. He gets in the car, and the BMW takes off.
Yeah,
Detectives follow the
sandwiched by your
BMW
parents. I mean,
to a
bro,
nearby
there's nothing
apartment
wrong with
building,
living with
and
your
it
parents.
comes to a stop.
That's just the
Nathan
shitty stigma.
exits the vehicle and tosses the bag in a garbage bin.
So
he gets back
pay
in
it all
the
you want,
car,
bud.
and the BMW takes off again. But it doesn't get very far. Detectives pull the car
Literally
over
nothing
and
wrong with
discover
it.
that in addition to Nathan, his brother Adrian Rivas and their other prime suspect, Tomas Rivas, are also inside. Nathan, Tomas, and Adrian are taken into custody and transported to the Las Cruces Police Department for questioning.
Yeah, incest. I mean, no one ever mentioned incest. That was
We're about to go to
weird,
the inner room in a little bit, but for now,
Awkward.
I'll take you to the other cell.
While his brothers wait in holding cells, investigators read Nathan his rights, and his interview gets underway.
What were you doing last night?
I was in El Paso.
You were in El Paso. Okay.
With my friends at a party.
Okay. What time did you go to El Paso?
Like, well, they had already sent just like at 9:40ish, around there.
Okay, so what time did you leave Cruces, you think, to go? Like right when you got that message?
So like at 10, exactly like at 10, 9:50, 10ish.
And what car were you driving?
My red car. My Mercedes.
Your red Mercedes. Okay. Do you know your tag on that?
No, it's not registered.
Who's it registered to?
To the guy who bought it off Facebook.
You bought it off Facebook?
Yeah. On
Okay.
Facebook.
How long have you had it?
Probably like 3 days, 4 or 5 days.
Did you have anything
Oh,
to do
you're so
with those
funny, dude.
books?
Investigators call Nathan's bluff.
So, here's the bottom line, okay? You have been identified
so
as one of the
funny.
persons there during the shooting. Your car has been recorded. You have been recorded there. So that means that you're under arrest and you're not free to leave, okay? That cell phone is not going with you, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna be getting a search warrant and we're gonna go ahead and look at everything on the phone. But
Where I hatched from.
as this investigation
Where I
continues,
hatched from, eh?
all of it is gonna
Scrambled,
come
eh?
out. Everything
Which one is it?
that we can learn from that shooting, because there's dead people now.
Yeah.
Everyone that had anything to do with it is either now or will be under arrest and likely facing federal charges for that.
And I'm under arrest already right now.
You are in custody. You are not free to leave. You are under arrest. So now that you're under arrest, this is what the decision that you need to make, okay? If you want to continue to be cooperative with us and speak to us about what happened yesterday,
With the walls closing in on him, Nathan cracks. He admits he and Tomas were both at the park last night.
We were there at the car, me and my brother.
Okay.
Gustavo. I went for Gustavo.
You went with or for?
I went for Gustavo.
17-year-old Gustavo Dominguez and his cousin, 15-year-old Josiah Jojo Antiveros, are friends of the Rivas brothers. According to Nathan, when they arrived at the park, he and Tomas met up with their sister and his nephew. As they walked around checking out the cars together, a fight broke out between Gustavo, Jojo, and some other guys.
The guy in the blue car, I don't know what his name is, a blue Infinity. He went to his car, he flashed a gun, He put it back in there, and after that, a guy wearing all black ski mask, black hoodie, black pants, black everything, pulls out a gun, clocks it back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at this because I'm already far away from them. Looking at them like.
Are you by your car, the Mercedes?
No, I'm way far from my car.
Okay.
And I'm just like, what the? I'm not about to get shot over this. My nephew's here. My nephew was so scared after that, and that's why I'm like, I have a heart, and that's why I'm just gonna open up because my nephew was scared. That's why I called my brother. Tomas, I was like, come over here. I was like, don't, we're not getting involved in nothing. And after that, and well, Gustavo and them are still getting into it, and then the guy's going like this, like the guy with the beard.
Yeah.
And then the guy that's wearing all black goes behind him and pulls out the gun and aims it, and then and after that, a big guy walks behind, he goes get something from his car, he goes gets Gustavo, he puts him in a choke, and he carries him. His cousin Josiah was like, let go of him. The other guy that's wearing all black with the ski mask and everything pulls out the gun, he starts shooting. Gustavo's cousin pulls out the gun and starts shooting his mom, Josiah. And then after that, that's when Jojo had shot back, but I don't know if he didn't get them at first. I don't know if he got them or who shot him. But after that, that's when Jojo shot. He didn't hit him though because they were still all running. And then after that, that guy with all black kept shooting. And I don't know if he ran out of ammo or what. But after that, that's when like the big guy that was choking Tavo let go of him. Because he was choking Tavo, he had him carrying like that back. He had like lift him. He had one arm like behind here, and then he had the other hand that. So then that's when I knew I had to run away. I need to run away. By the time you get, I don't like. Why do I don't have anything to defend myself with? I'm not gonna stand there in the middle of no shootout.
Okay. So who else in Gustavo's group was shooting? Other than Josiah and Gustavo.
Josiah and Jojo, because me and my brother have nothing to defend ourselves with.
Okay. What kind of guns did they have, Gustavo and Jojo?
A Glock 23 and a Glock 30. So after that, well, I'm telling you guys, I ran, and then that's when I was like, what the fuck do I do? And after that, like, I was like, let's call it a night, and Gustavo and Josiah come and get in my car. And I'm just like, what the fuck do I do? Because I'm gonna get caught for that. So that's when I was like, well, I'm going to a pass, so I'm gonna go to the party. That's when we were over there.
Did they go with you?
They went with you.
Okay. Where are their guns?
Their guns? I don't know where they were.
Did they take them and ditch them along the way, or what?
No, they didn't. They still have them like that.
So there was two groups who were beefed, and it started in reports of people racking guns. So you're saying that two groups was Jojo and Gustavo, and then the other group was big guy with the beard, tall guy in all black, and then someone else. And they were kind of basically having words and squaring off. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
So what? No, go ahead. No.
And I had went away from them because I was like, if I get shot, what am I going to defend myself with? Or my brother, my nephew.
Nathan swears he and Tomas weren't involved in the actual shooting, but the evidence says otherwise.
So we got some screenshots here, okay, from the video where you can't really see it here, but you can see it in the video, right? So that's what you described.
There you go.
Who is that? Jojo. Okay, that's what you described him wearing, right? That's that the track suit right there. Okay. Okay, that's Jojo. And your car is red, right?
Yes.
Okay.
After making these pods, yeah, I might do some Slayer. Like
all three of these people get into this car at the same time.
Like what?
And all three of these people
40
and that's your car.
40 more to kill.
In my car by then.
And then I don't know what I'm doing after that.
Gets into this car. They're saying that's your brother?
No, that's what my brother wasn't wearing that. My brother had left to go put.
Okay, well all three of these people get into this car. So it's either you or your brother who's shooting. Who is it? Is it you or your brother?
I was already in the car.
So it's your brother.
But I'm telling you, I don't know. There was a bunch of people shooting.
So if there's three shooters, and there are three shooters getting into your car, you're saying it has to be Josiah, Gustavo, and Tomas, not you. Because, again, there's three shooters in your car, for sure. That's unquestionable, okay? So, if we get Tomas in here, and he agrees that two of them are Jojo and Gustavo, that means it's either you or Tomas. So, if we get him in here, and he's not as nice as a brother as you are being right now, and he wants to save himself and says it's you, I mean, you're fucked. So, and not just with us, with the feds, you know what I mean? So,
Under the threat of federal charges, Nathan finally caves.
is that Tomas in the picture?
I the other guy trying to tell it's blurry.
What do you think?
Probably.
Okay.
After he reluctantly IDs his brother as the other shooter, investigators meet with Tomas.
I've talked to Nathan already, okay? And he has already told us a lot, okay? Including, you know, that you guys were there and all that stuff. He's already told us that. So we just want to kind of talk to you and get what's true about what you were there, what you saw, what you did, what you didn't do, stuff like that. So that way we can have an accurate picture.
Even though his brother has put him at the scene, Tomas denies being there.
It was in El Paso. This girl called me, saying that we did it and this and that. We're like, no, we're in El Paso. Like, we're in El Paso, and she was just cussing me out, saying that she was gonna give people my addresses and this. And I was like, well, you guys can say whatever.
Investigators confront him with Nathan's statement again.
His statement is that he was driving and that the three shooters, because you see three people with guns getting into his car as it takes off. The statement we have right now is the three people with guns are Gustavo, Jojo, and you. Okay, so that's the statement.
Oh yeah, of course, I'm talking from the mic, eh?
We're giving you an opportunity if that's incorrect. And when I say incorrect, I don't mean incorrect in the sense that you were in El Paso, because you weren't. But what I'm saying is, if he's trying to protect himself, that's your opportunity, because Gustavo's getting picked up, Jojo's getting picked up. Again, all that's like, we're way past that. Like, we've been given tons of resources by the feds and everyone to get all this stuff.
There's videos. You guys should be able
For sure.
to clear the cameras. You guys have technology to do
Yeah, and we even showed the videos and the cameras, and Nathan specifically said that you were the guy in that. So we're going to put out the evidence as the evidence shows, okay? And right now, and this is why Nathan came around, is right now the evidence just by itself with no explanation doesn't look good for you guys. It makes you guys look like mass murderers. So again, you're being named not just by witnesses, but by your own brother as one of the shooters, which easily gives us probable cause to charge you with a murder, okay? Which would be the rest of your life in prison. So if you can explain what you did during the shooting, you have the potential to help yourself.
But Tomas remains defiant.
I have the phone calls and everything when they were calling me when I guess everything was happening. Yeah. I'm telling you, I have proof of everything.
You say that, and so did your brother, and then he cracked. And he cracked, and he snitched, and he gave us all the evidence we need to put you and him away. So, it's good, bro. If you don't want to be smart like him, it's what it is.
I'm not no shooter. I have no firearm. I can't even be around firearms.
Detectives show him screenshots taken from a bystander's video of the shooting.
We have... That's Nathan's car. We know that for a fact. He told us that's his car. Right? This car's locked at this point. What do you say? You're probably more familiar with the video. This car gets unlocked by a key fob because the lights flash. Boop, boop. You know, unlocking a car from the outside. These three people are shooting. We know shooter. They all get into this car.
Investigation's crazy, agree.
Nathan said, I'm already in the driver's seat of this car. That's Gustavo. That's Josiah. That's you.
I don't even have a hoodie like that.
Okay.
I don't have nothing like that. You guys could go check my closet.
I mean, yep, but who is that then?
I don't know. I didn't do anything. That's all I know. I'm getting blamed for it.
Investigators continue to push. Finally, Tomas admits he was at the car show last night.
So what happened, like, when you guys got to the meet? What happened?
I was walking with my nephew.
Okay. How did you get there? You came with your sister.
But he still insists he was an innocent bystander. Just as Nathan did, he puts all the blame on Gustavo and Jojo.
I wasn't involved in it, so that's why I'm like, I was there, but I didn't shoot.
So,
I want to talk to Nathan about it too, because I don't know why he's saying that shit.
And you won't be able to talk to Nathan unless you're both in a freaking jail cell together. That's gonna be it. because that's the reality of the situation.
As investigators continue to grill him, Tomas seems to realize he can't talk his way out of this.
Can I get a lawyer for the rest of this? I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're allowed to do that. It's your right.
When detectives speak with Tomas and Nathan's older brother Adrian, he tells them he was home asleep with his girlfriend when the shooting occurred. This morning, Adrian admits Nathan and Tomas confessed to him they were involved. And contrary to what he told investigators, Nathan told Adrian he fired off shots too. After verifying his alibi, Adrian is released from custody. Detectives obtain a search warrant for the apartment complex and retrieve the bag that Nathan Rivas threw in the dumpster. Inside the dumpster, they also find a Glock 22. Detectives also discover that an associate of the Rivas brothers lives in one of the apartments. They search the apartment and find a treasure trove of guns. Based on the evidence, detectives inform Tomas and Nathan that they are both being charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder.
There's enough probable cause to arrest both of you.
Come on, man. This what the fuck? My life is. What the? Just because of some shit you're saying to me.
So, our case agent, Detective Contreras, we're just gonna let you know tonight you're being charged with 3 counts of murder. 3 open counts of murder.
But I wasn't. They have no evidence of me doing anything. Not even in the pictures. Nothing.
So, I just want to come let you know they'll get the paperwork over to you here in a little bit. They'll escort you back over there, okay?
All right, you want to send that, man?
The following day, SWAT teams descend on Gustavo Dominguez's house.
Nice looking dog.
Gustavo.
Yes, please. Lester Shannon.
Gustavo Dominguez. Come out with your hands up and empty. Do it now.
Front door, stand by and announce.
The black shirt. Walk towards me with your hands up.
I think that's target, right?
Walk backwards towards me. Keep walking. Right there.
You got him.
Gustavo is apprehended.
I'm about to that one more time, okay? Anything else I should worry about, bro?
No.
No? Alright, good. Just have a seat. I'll put the AC on, okay?
Yeah. And what about my family? Like,
we gotta be fine taken care of, okay? They're gonna be good. Just hang tight, brother.
And transported to the police station for an interview.
Do you know what you're being arrested on? You don't? They didn't tell you?
No report on this card. All the stuff.
So, I told you it was an arrest warrant, right? So on that arrest warrant, it's 3 counts of murder.
murder?
Yeah. That's what the arrest warrant is. There's gonna be a cage over here to the left. Just have a seat right in there.
But at the station, Gustavo refuses to cooperate and requests a lawyer. Police move forward and charge him with 3 counts of first-degree murder. Meanwhile, detectives make contact with Josiah Jojo Ontiveros' mother. With her cooperation, Josiah is arrested and brought in for questioning.
We've been working like 3 days straight. We've done a ton. We've gotten a bunch of videos. Everyone was taking videos, and some of them are real good quality, and we can actually like see people and make them out. We've also gotten information from people who know people who were there, and yesterday we scooped up the Rivas brothers, and well, you know, they did not keep to the street code, and they were quite open, so we got all the information, and they let us in their phones, and we saw all the messages that they've been sending before, during, after, the pictures, so we got all that, and they dumped some of the guns, and we went and recovered those. So we got that. Gustavo's here. He's also arrested as well with it. So when we talk to you, just know that we already know a lot of stuff. That the fact that you were there, you know, the fact that shooting happened, that you were involved in the shooting, all that's not really what we're interested in, because that's already a done deal. Like, that's why you're here, right? You know, that's why we're not talking to you at your house, because that's already a done deal.
Gustavo,
And,
fucking Fring
like, I
over
got
here.
all the
Gustavo
social
Fring
media
over
stuff,
here, my
back
dude.
it up. I got the statements from Nathan, which kind of sucks because you're the youngest one there, and the older ones
Fucking
are
Gustavo
kind of trying to
Fring
put
over
more of
here.
it on you, making you sound a lot worse.
I'm not trying to be like a gangster. But like, can I see a picture with Nathan signing that he snitched? There is a document.
I don't have a signed document. You see these cameras? Yeah. His statement's recorded, and it'll be there. You can't take yourself out of it. There's nothing you can say right now. Nothing you can say that will take away the fact that you are going to be one of the people who's shooting a gun in Young Park. Nothing can change that. You know what I mean?
Josiah quickly seems to grasp the magnitude of trouble he's in.
Yeah.
I need a lawyer here.
After his brief interview, Josiah Jojo Ontiveros is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and transported to a juvenile detention center.
Straight ahead, way we came through, okay?
Less than 48 hours after the shooting, investigators announce all 4 gunmen are in custody. As word of their arrests makes its way through Las Cruces, the community comes together to pay respect to the victims. As more evidence comes in, including security camera footage, cell phone data, and ballistics analysis, detectives remain confident they've got the right perpetrators. But they're still missing a clear explanation for what provoked the shooting in the first place.
Yo, it's all
When they
good, dude.
re-interview one
So
of
the
the
cakey
survivors,
crumbles.
a relative
Sometimes I'll
of one of
probably
the
be
murdered
playing some
victims,
zombies
she
later
offers up
tonight.
a possible explanation.
So what does this all stem from? The very
It's when it all started because when I was driving, I had my son and my little sister. I was driving, like, going into my mom's, and Agent had wrecked into my car. Well, to my boyfriend's car, he had wrecked into it, and he just took off. So I told my brother, I told him, like, bro, like, this guy just hit, and my mom was like, I seen it, like, you know, we seen him hit you and just take off.
Did you guys know of each other before that?
I didn't know nothing. None of them. I think he knew of them, but I didn't think he had problems like before.
I can't believe I saw
So
it.
that
Yeah.
initiates.
I'll be going back.
We're gonna call it the beef or whatever.
Yeah.
According to this witness, this beef between her family and the Rivas brothers came to a violent head at the car show.
Yeah, we were just there. I mean, the car meet was still going on, and then the Rivas pulled up, and then once they pulled up, they looked at my brothers, and they were just telling them, like, what's up, and then
I may even be doing some BO2 later with my buddy, so
yeah, they just got closer, and I told my
that's what I'm looking forward to, honestly. It's kind of why I'm not playing BO1 right now. I wanted to play BO2 with him, but he ended up going out.
Everything just, all I remember, everything just started happening, like, one of the boys, I don't know what happened, but one of the boys just pulled out their gun and just started shooting, and then like, I just remember just seeing my brothers and my uncle just fall on the floor, and then I just turned and I just got hit in the neck.
Detectives go back to Adrian Rivas, and he confirms there was bad blood, but he thought it was all in the past.
So it's gonna be too broke for
But
that
he
shit?
defends
Yeah,
Tomas and Nathan, arguing they weren't the instigators. In February of
That's the way the cookie
2026,
crumbles,
Tomas Rivas goes on trial. A jury finds him guilty of 3 counts of first-degree murder under the theory of depraved mind murder, which states that his actions demonstrate.
Congratulations.
When a person goes missing,
I am a criminal.
there's usually some trail to follow.
a message, a call, a clue pointing somewhere. But in the case of Ryan Zimmerman, there was nothing.
The family really doesn't know much of anything except that the fact that his car was then found under suspicious circumstances.
He seems to have vanished completely, and it's years before his family would ever find out what happened to him.
Mercer County Sheriff's Office.
I was just out
Play
walking
stupid
my
games,
dog, and I
win
came
stupid
across
prizes, right?
Bones that looked to me to be human.
Our detectives made a promise to the family that the Mercer County Sheriff's Office would do everything possible to get the answers on what happened. That we wouldn't just close this case, we wouldn't say it's too complicated, because we felt that we owed Ryan's family answers.
You asked if you were under arrest. You are going to be placed into custody. You're going to be booked into their...
Like the movie Best Fire, I've never seen it. Later, I gotta
The
clean up
last
my
time
room.
anybody in Ryan's family heard from him was in
Shit's getting
September of
filthy.
2015. It's almost like he vanished into thin air.
Back in 2015, 21-year-old Ryan Zimmerman is living in Columbus, Ohio, after moving out of his parents' house in Kentucky months earlier, hoping to spread his wings and start his own path.
And at first, nobody is thinking of this as really even a missing persons case. Ryan's an adult, and he could certainly leave on his own accord. Ryan was at a point in his life where he was trying to figure himself out and what he really wanted to do. Ryan's mother and brother report that one day he just left home.
But Ryan's disappearance isn't one that makes national headlines. And the first real sign that something's not quite right, it comes quietly in the mail.
The following month, in October, Ryan's father receives a piece of mail saying that the car Ryan had been driving had been found abandoned with the keys inside, and that was taken to an impound lot.
Ryan's father collects the car from Columbus PD. But months go by, no word on Ryan's whereabouts. There's no indication if he left
There you go.
voluntarily or if foul play is
You
involved.
found your niche, buddy.
When Ryan moved, he didn't tell his family where he was moving to. His dad said he did keep in contact with the family. And so after he goes missing and the police really aren't actively investigating, the family takes it upon themselves to try to find their own answers. But ultimately, that was a dead end for them too. So the family essentially stops trying to find out where Ryan is, figuring maybe he just doesn't want to be found.
A few months after Ryan's disappearance, there's a break. But investigators won't be able to tie it to this case for another 4 years.
On January 3rd of 2016, at 2:43 in the afternoon, a Mercer County citizen was walking her dog just off of 127 at West Bank Park, and we received a call.
Mercer County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, I may be just totally off my rocker, but I was just out walking my dog, and I came across some bones that looked to me to be human.
3 months after the car was found abandoned, a woman is walking her dog and stumbles upon what she thinks could be human remains about 2 hours away from Columbus.
And I'm probably just being paranoid. Maybe they're not.
Where did you find this at, ma'am?
Right on Coldwater Creek. I was over walking my dog. Right on 127.
Okay.
We'll probably just send somebody out there to take a look.
Something to keep in mind about this area of Ohio, it's very rural. Grand Lake St. Mary State Park is in western Ohio. It's alongside this massive man-made lake, and it's different. It's different from other major cities in Ohio. It's quiet, it's isolated, it has a significantly lower crime rate than larger metro areas.
We contacted Dr. Elizabeth Murray. She is a forensic anthropologist, And she examined the bones, and she was able to confirm for us that they were human skeletal remains. At that point, we did a 3-day search at that site.
So now that it's conclusive that these are indeed human remains, investigators need to figure out how this person died, and maybe more importantly, who are they?
University of North Texas was able to extract a full DNA profile. We firmly believe that our remains were the victim of a violent death, and I really want to find out who did it and hold them accountable for what they did.
And finally, June 1st, 2020, investigators officially identify the remains as Ryan Zimmerman.
It takes so many years for his parents, for his family to be alerted. It took all that time to be able to identify him. And that's really where the investigation begins. Once they've identified Ryan, then the police start looking at all of the pieces to this puzzle, the possible circumstances around his homicide and who might be involved.
Detective Bacher, can I help you?
My name is Warren Zimmerman, and detective came and seen me this morning and told me some sad news about my son.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Do we know when this happened?
We got a call on January the 3rd of 2016. Okay, a female was walking in the area just south of the city of Salina, which is our county seat here in Mercer County.
Right. Is that far from Columbus, or?
It's a couple hours, about 2 hours.
Oh, because the last I known, he was living in in apartments in Columbus.
So we did a multiple day search of the area. It's kind of a waterway, is where he was found. It doesn't appear that he had been buried there or anything like that. It seems more like he was placed there.
After a thorough search of the area, it was determined that there were several parts of the body that were not accounted for, such as the head, the arms below the elbows, and the legs below the knees.
It was obvious that there was foul play involved, okay? It was also discovered that he had been dismembered.
Oh my God. He went missing in September.
He did?
And I didn't know until October when I received, of 2015, I received a certified letter in the mail saying that my car's been impounded in Columbus, by the Columbus Police Department. Well, I went up there and got the car out of impound. The only thing that was gone was the license plate was missing. The location was right in the intersection, like a block and a half from where the apartments where he was staying.
Ryan's family never got rid of the car. In fact, they kept it intact.
But the problem is, back in 2015, Ryan's car was never processed.
Oh, no.
The investigation that Columbus PD did do, it didn't lead anywhere.
I started knocking on doors around there, and two of the neighbors, remember, there was a black tow truck. They dropped the car off there and left. There was a guy, a white couple, a guy and a female, and about a half hour later, the Columbus Police Department came.
Ryan was a bit of a loner. He had friends, but not many. Didn't have a great experience in childhood, but he enjoyed playing video games. He was not very popular at school. He was bullied. And he had a few friends, but not a lot. So Ryan wasn't somebody who really knew the ways of the world yet.
There's just some really sick people in this world. I'm sick of him. But I just know now that, no one can hurt him anymore, and he's not in any pain.
Now, days after this initial phone call with Ryan's parents, Vicky and Warren
Let's
Zimmerman, investigators from Mercer County, Ohio, go to visit them in Kentucky to speak to them in person. And this is the first time in years that they are forced to revisit memories that are now tied to a homicide investigation.
So all these years, we kept thinking that we're hoping and praying that he was out there somewhere, enjoying life. He was so close to Ray, his brother, his own brother, that, you just know that he wouldn't go that long without calling or anything.
When he was saying that he was going to leave, did he indicate that he had a friend he wanted to go see or anything like that?
Yeah, he said he was going to go see a friend in Ohio. And he was going to stay with him for a little while. And that's all I knew.
The last message Ryan's family receives from him is a Facebook message, and this is on September 25th, 2015. This is almost the exact time that Ryan disappeared. So it's pretty hard to identify whether or not that message really came from Ryan Zimmerman or from someone else trying to give the illusion that Ryan is still alive and well.
In October when I got up there, I talked to a guy next door. He goes, yeah, man, I remember him. I remember that guy. He was with some white chick and had long hair on one side and a shaved head on the other side. And that's all he knew because I haven't seen him in about 3 weeks. When I was first reporting him missing, we were able to go through his Dropbox. What I forwarded to the detectives in Columbus was a conversation between that guy that lived at those apartments.
But down here it says could be Laurel Emerson.
Yeah, it was 2 names on there. Laurel, I think that's his actual name, and or is Corey. It's one of those 2 names is his actual name.
That's kind of why we were kind of intrigued with the computer idea to see what else we could pull, because I think that would be a good starting point. I guess get the idea to even go that way. You know, is there any understanding as to why he would have, traveled to Columbus, or who specifically, how he got connected to that? Was it through a gaming site?
Was it Craigslist or something? Or
could go Craigslist. He would go on Craigslist a lot to look for gaming systems.
So Ryan's computer was actually located inside the vehicle back when it was found. Ryan's dad, Warren, did some digging of his own through that computer and Ryan's online accounts.
Ryan was a gamer. A lot of times you play online, you talk to hundreds of people sometimes in a month. So at this point, the list of suspects is wide open. In the messages, Ryan's dad noticed that he was communicating with someone, and Ryan was starting to explore his sexuality and was starting to think about possibly transitioning from male to female, and was posting ads online to find like-minded people.
They have to work backwards. Who was Ryan communicating with online? Who did he go to live with in Ohio? Those names, Corey, Laurel, those could be key in figuring out what happened to Ryan.
He was talking to some folks online. Any investigator I know would have had the bell go off and say, this is where
you should.
Police go through
you should
all
talk
of
some
Ryan's
shit.
digital information, all of the data.
You should
that
talk
they
your
can find.
ish.
And Ryan was quite active on social media.
You're dealing with multiple people, multiple platforms, in addition to time has
You should
elapsed.
talk your
The
ish,
likelihood
bro.
of success is next to none. Keyword searches, and then let's look at the flavor of these conversations. We start to then identify where is the most consistent, the most comprehensive, and who is still actively involved in the conversation. And we start wide and we narrow our focus.
So some good old-fashioned detective work, starting with an examination of digital evidence, lead the police to an apartment complex in Ohio.
Law enforcement reached out to the apartment complex to find out anything they could. So things started to come together. They're given names, which is Corey and Sarah Buzzard, a married couple who had lived in a unit there at the complex, which ended up matching some of the communications that Ryan's dad found on the computer.
The conversation that they were having was one in which Corey was inviting Ryan to come stay with him and his wife, Sarah,
pisses me off thinking
because they
about
were
it.
looking possibly for a third person in their relationship.
Had Ryan ever been in a relationship that you guys were aware of?
No.
So did he ever talk about this, Laurel or Corey, with you all?
Never heard of him.
That's crazy work.
Sarah and Corey met when they were in high
They're
school.
expensive, aren't
back
they?
in
Those
Indiana.
Aerotips or whatever?
They got married when they were just 18. And then Corey followed Sarah to Ohio, where she would pursue an art degree. Neither Corey nor Sarah had any history of criminal behavior or violent behavior. No brushes with the law.
Jen had moved in with Corey and Sarah in July of 2015. And it seems that Sarah and Jen were having a very strong relationship. And I think that Corey then wanted to develop a relationship of his own.
Ryan was essentially something that her husband wanted for himself, that he was the one that told him to move up there. Corey still lived in Columbus, Ohio. However, Sarah had moved to Indiana. They started looking at marriage licenses and find out Corey and Sarah have gotten divorced. And not only that, Sarah has gotten remarried to a new person named Jen. And so now we have a third person in the
And they
equation.
make them for themselves.
So
Yeah,
it
makes
turns
sense.
out that Sarah Buzzard actually lives in Marion, Indiana, which is
I
just
heard
about
they're
an
kind of a
hour
pain in the
west
ass to
of
grind.
where Ryan Zimmerman's remains were found. But investigators still need to
I've
learn
heard
more
they're kind of a
about
pain in the
Sarah
ass to grind,
and her new wife, Jen. For the next year, detectives conduct surveillance on Sarah Buzzard, Corey Buzzard, and Jen Whitaker, who also goes by the name Naira.
Sometimes investigations, they move a little bit slower than we'd like. We think, why does it take so long? Why would the police be observing them for such a long period of time? But what they're looking to do is gather as much information as possible, especially about the relationships, the behaviors. All of that information will be really incredibly helpful. They don't want to go in cold. So this is an information gathering stage that will prove helpful later on.
That's a no, thank you. I mean, if I had a T-bow, maybe.
Corey.
Can I help you?
Yep, we need to talk with you.
About?
Well, a case we're working, I think you're just a witness to it, but your name has been brought up.
Okay.
So will you come down to court headquarters with us?
No.
Okay. Do you want to talk here?
Is there a summons, paperwork?
No,
anything?
no.
On August 25th, 2021, investigators go to talk to Corey. Now, at this point, Corey is remarried to another woman, and they tell him that they think he may have been a witness to a homicide and they would like to talk to him.
You're not in any trouble. I don't have an arrest warrant, nothing like that, Corey. Okay, we just want to talk with you because your name was brought up as a witness in a
witness
case
of
on
what?
a homicide.
Homicide?
A homicide.
I don't recall witnessing any homicides.
Okay. Well, then it shouldn't take very long.
Sounds so
You want me
guilty.
to come with you right now?
Preferably, yes. That way we can just get this done and wrapped up and taken care of. We'll drive you there, we can drive you back. We'll make sure you get home.
Alright, give me a second.
Immediately, he just becomes a little combative. He does not want to talk to investigators, very standoffish, not really willing to cooperate at all.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Corey, can you talk to me through the door?
Take a leak, boys. I'll go take a leak. I'll be right back. I'll clean my room here in like an hour or two. Come on in if you want, buddy. Look at you, Rocks. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you, Mr. Magoo. In that case, yeah, it really helps. Damn. So you're saying it's really good for Doom, essentially. Oop, I don't want to do that. You're saying it's really good for Doom, essentially, then, eh?
We're not going to go anywhere, Corey. We need to talk.
I'm not really comfortable with providing information without counsel.
You don't even 100% know what we're talking about yet.
Well, that's exactly why.
It's about Ryan.
I don't know who Ryan is.
Ryan lived with you for a while. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Who maybe last saw him, where he went, that kind of stuff.
I don't have any information for you.
Okay.
And I don't really know what to tell you about all of it.
Some of the questions is like, when did you last see him? Where did he go? I mean, that kind of stuff. How long was he with you guys? That kind of stuff.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So you don't know Ryan?
I don't.
I say it all the time. Uncooperative is not a normal baseline behavior. To be uncooperative out of the gate is instantly going to tell investigators something's not right here. It doesn't mean that that's the potential suspect or offender. The person doesn't want to be involved, doesn't want involvement. Well, they just involve themselves by being uncooperative.
And
oh, that's backwards. That is.
Sarah, we're talking to her now too.
To who?
Sarah. I believe your ex-wife.
Okay.
So we're talking to her as well.
Okay.
Do you want her to pretty much decide your fate here? Or do you want to decide? Right now, you kind of look like the bad guy if you don't want to talk to us. Everybody else wants to talk to us.
Meanwhile, a state over, investigators are now moving in on Sarah and Janet, what they've
15
determined
per
to be
bucket?
Sarah's mother's house in Marion,
Jesus.
Indiana.
Hello.
Dude, that's crazy.
Looking for Sarah.
That's me.
Couldn't step out for me. Well, I think you got a warrant.
What? What?
It's out of Ohio, I think. It's a theft warrant, I believe.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and turn around, put your hands on your back for me. Is anybody else in the house with you?
My mother and my wife.
Sarah comes to the door. She says she just woke up, seems very confused about what's going on, and they put handcuffs on her.
So
Yeah, that seems way more
So we
efficient.
gotta take her downtown.
You all right?
I'm just really lightheaded.
Have you been sick or?
No, just shocked.
We never that kind of person.
Her mom is there trying to baby her daughter. Law enforcement lets the mom know she's an adult. We have a warrant for theft out of Ohio. We have to take her downtown.
Meanwhile, Jen comes to the door, and the police are interested in talking to Jen as well. However, they don't have a warrant for Jen's arrest.
It's Jetta. I'm Chris Hamburg. I'm with the House Trade General. We're on let me get a few more. Yeah, so. We're working the missing persons investigation.
Say you could come in. You do not have permission to be in here. Please step outside.
We have a search warrant for the residents too. Okay, so we're not stepping outside. Ryan Zimmerman lived with you guys in Columbus in 2015 with you and Sarah and Corey. He's missing. And you guys were like the last people to see him.
Was there another person there living with you at that point in time?
Up, Sean?
That came in? Emma. Yep, that's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
That was his name before Emma.
Something to note here. Ryan's parents had indicated that he was struggling.
Yeah, I don't
with
really
his
even
gender
need
identity.
to use
So he
stereotypes at
started
all
using
anymore.
the name Emma when
I
he
have
moved
like
in with these
hundreds
friends
of
he
thousands
met
of arrows
online.
to use.
For somebody like Ryan, who seemed to be very much an
Crafted
introvert,
gauntlet
somebody
grind
who
for the
didn't really
win.
hang out in large crowds, it was a little bizarre that he had just up and moved in with people states away that clearly he had never met in person.
When is the last time that
You gonna need to head home. Be safe, bud.
saw Emma? When's the last time you had a conversation with him?
Whenever you left.
When was that?
Be safe, my dude. Be safe.
2015.
Okay.
Did he have a car or anything that he would have left with? Did he take the bus?
Yeah, he had a car.
You were with him, and you were with Sarah at the time, right? And there was a relationship going on between Emma and
Corey.
Emma and Corey, Emma and Sarah too. Okay, all right. And how was that relationship? I mean, was it a healthy relationship? And we understand Emma was experimenting with different things, and we're not judges by any stretch of the imagination.
1500.
Our whole sole focus is to find out where Emma had left.
I know they were
His
shaving
last
a little bit.
contact with anybody was when he was with all of you down there in Columbus.
Corey responded to an ad that Ryan had posted where he wanted to explore his sexuality. But it also seems to me like he wanted somebody who was already transitioning or had transitioned and wasn't just thinking about it.
At some point, what happened? What made Emma decide to leave?
The way I remember it, we didn't really see much of that. Emma stayed in their room a lot. Corey, I feel like he regretted it.
Was it not what Corey thought it was going to be?
Yeah, well, so
What happened from there? I mean, those two, they weren't hitting it off?
I knew they wanted to be like much more. But Corey was under the impression that they were like more along with their transition.
Okay.
But I don't think that was the case at all. So I got weird.
You know, the way Dad described it was he was very much so prudish, kind of kept to himself, wasn't really in trouble, wasn't out there really testing the limits. And then he starts to question himself as to, is this the way I see myself? Not just in terms of his sexual orientation, but I think just in life. Is this where I see myself?
What does this have to do with theft?
Em's parents, declared him missing. And we had some other evidence that kind of came up, and we know where he was last at, was at the apartment, right? And then the car was recovered, stolen by Columbus PD.
Was there like a lot of arguing in the house before Em left?
Between Sarah and Corey.
Okay. Do you recall what that was about?
Corey wanted like a third person in the relationship.
Right.
But I'm not attracted to men at all. So that wasn't really fun. So he looked for like his own live-in partner.
So you have a convoluted situation of a marriage where both partners are having affairs on each other knowingly and with consent, and Ryan is in the middle of all of this.
And so were they trying to get Em out of the house?
Yeah. We, it got really uncomfortable after a while.
So I guess how were you guys trying to get Em out?
Encourage him to find somewhere else to move.
How was Corey's demeanor, I guess, after Em would have left?
Here?
Do you remember when Em left? Do you know, did she tell anyone any of her plans of where she's going to go, what she's going to do? Don't know. Okay.
Back then, it's not what everybody thought it was going to be with Em.
Yeah.
And then the pressure was on for Em to leave. And Em didn't want to leave.
Oh, I don't remember that.
So you have to start figuring out, did they have something to do with his disappearance and his murder? Or are we looking at somebody completely different?
Did Corey have you guys get rid of his issue? Emma's not what he expected. The selfies didn't show what Corey had wanted. Comes up, Emma's completely shy, reclusive, nothing what Corey expected. Corey and Sarah were fighting a lot over it. Let's just get rid of the problem.
Sure.
Can I get you to stand up for me, hon? Alright, do you have anything on you that's gonna stick me? I hope not. I'm sure this is the last thing you wanted to do today.
By the way, something that we use here at Law and Crime, and if you're into content creation or you're putting things out on social media, it could be useful to you. It's called Opus Clip. Now, Opus Clip is an all-in-one AI editor that makes it so easy to cut, create, and upload videos across any platform. Through AI, Opus Clip generates B-roll, reframes footage, and it even cleans up audio. It is so easy. You just visit opus.pro/primecrime. You sign up, you upload, and in minutes, you have perfectly edited clips ready to go for TikTok, shorts, reels. Opus Clip is really your one-stop shop, and having a tool like Opus Clip means that our producers can get you viral courtroom updates instantly. This is the most powerful tool there is to share ideas and edit like a pro. So go to opus.pro/primecrime to get a free week and then 50% off.
Bro, what? This whole time? I haven't been wearing my glasses and shit?
We're looking into a situation back when you lived in Columbus. Okay.
What?
And about what time frame did you live in Columbus? Because did you?
I went for college.
Okay.
So that would be 2010.
Okay.
And then I was there for a few years after I graduated.
Detectives in this case use a tactic where they interview two potential suspects at the same time. So you have a better chance at getting the truth or getting someone to spill some information because they don't know what the other person is saying.
She's very soft-spoken and seems calm at the same time she seems nervous, which is interesting to me. She doesn't start shaking, she doesn't start freaking out or raising her voice or getting combative. So at that point, I started to wonder, did she really think this was just for a theft? And as the interview progresses, you start to see Sarah get a lot more nervous. Like maybe this isn't just a theft because she knows in her mind the other elephant in the room, which is Ryan Zimmerman.
Did you have a roommate?
My husband at the time.
Did you ever bring any roommates in, anything like that?
At my very last apartment, they were a friend of Corey's. I didn't have much to do with them.
Okay, and who would the friend have been?
I don't remember.
Well, if you want to do
what their
Titans, you
real
can just go
name
do
was,
Titans
but
then,
we
bro.
referred to them as Emma.
Tell me what you know about Ryan.
If you want to just do Titans, if you got a buddy that
Or
wants to
Emma.
do Titans and
It's a
stuff,
little
go
bit
do
of
some
a touchy
Titans.
subject.
That's cool.
My husband at
I'll
the
just
time,
go do some Slayer and shit
had
then.
sexual
Yeah, yeah.
interests. Corey had this
If you got a buddy that
ideology
wants to do
that,
Titans, just do Titans.
a-
Oh yeah, Twin Flame
a
staff's
perfect
fire, bro. I love that
relationship
staff.
required 3
So
people.
fun to use.
And
What am I looking
the
for
whole
here?
reason that
Oh, yeah.
he got in contact with Ryan was to make him that third person. But I obviously didn't agree with that. They had talked online extensively, and he had invited them to
If I do any
come
TOAs,
stay
it'll
with
probably
us,
be tonight.
which I did not want to happen, but long story short, it did. So they drove under the agreement that
Like later
they
tonight.
would pay part of the rent, and within, I think I gave them 3 months, that they would find a job and find their own place, which did not happen. So Corey ended up asking him to leave, which he did, because I guess he found a new boyfriend or something, and had mentioned that he might move in with them, or at least see how things went. That's as far as I know.
A lot of times we see people start to get defensive or get very verbal or immediately start talking about the issue at hand without being solicited by law enforcement. And that was something she didn't do. So she told the framework of the story that connected everybody together, but there was much more to the story.
Were you there whenever Emma did leave?
Somewhat. I know that they had tried to plead with me to give them another chance, but I said that I'd already given too many chances, and that it was Corey's call ultimately. And I remember them packing, and either I went to the store, or I was in a different room, I don't remember. I can't quite remember.
Who was all home at the time?
I was, Corey was not, and then my girlfriend was over. I just know that one minute Emma was there, and then the next, he had just left. Somebody pulled up, and he got in the car and drove off. I thought that he might come back because he did leave his car, but he didn't come back, and then we didn't hear from him again.
What'd Corey say about it?
Something to the effect of good riddance, I think.
You have 4 individuals. Corey and Sarah, by this point, separated. Corey and Jen didn't really get along. Ryan didn't get along with Corey, Jen, or Sarah. They're living in close quarters. There's a lot of complex relationships. Tensions were running high in this apartment.
You mentioned that he was pleading with you to give him another chance or what have you. Tell me more about that.
He was crying, and I know he said I was sorry, but that Corey ultimately makes the call, and if he says that you need to go, I have to agree. And then I asked him if he had anywhere else to go, which is when he mentioned that there was someone else that he had met and was getting close to.
Did that get a little heated? Didn't want to leave, obviously.
Not heated. Like our initial conversation, I was calm, he was upset. There was no shouting or anything like that.
Didn't get physical?
No, not at all.
So tell me about the day, what you can recall about when Ryan left.
Jen and I were in the kitchen having coffee or wine or something. We were sitting at the kitchen table, and Ryan came downstairs with his bag. We kind of awkwardly had chit-chat, and then a car pulled up in front of the apartment, and then he said goodbye and left without any fuss.
The questioning comes back around to Ryan's car, and Sarah, who's charged with theft of the vehicle, had no reason to be driving the car, yet gives this lame story which would explain away any possible forensic evidence left behind.
What kind of car did he have, or what color, or anything like that? Do you remember?
I know it was an older car, maybe a dark red, like a maroon.
Okay.
That's all I can remember.
Had you ever ridden in it?
Yes.
Did he come back to get it?
Mm-mm. I know that it disappeared. I don't know what happened to it though.
Okay.
So I don't know if he came back to get it.
Do you ever have any contact with Ryan after he left?
Not at all.
Back at the house, the conversation with Jen ramps up. That's because investigators have something up their sleeves. Information.
I'm gonna go fucking change real quick. What's up, Rox?
keeping to themselves this whole time?
We're trying to find Emma, and we were somewhat successful in that.
Wait, what? Somewhat.
Mm-hmm. Whatever happened to Emma happened in the apartment where you guys stayed at.
So it's up to you at this point to help yourself out and be honest with us and give us whatever you can give us. Because we need to find out what happened to Emma so we can give his family some peace.
We've recovered evidence from the apartment. We recovered evidence from Sarah's car. Blood.
Wait, whoa, what?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And part of Emma's body was discovered. It was dismembered. Here's the bottom line. Was it an accident? Was it something that went south? And then it's like, now what do we do? Okay, we can't. He's dead. It was a sex game that went bad, or you guys found him and something else happened, and then you did this, so suspicion wouldn't come on you. We need you to fill in the gaps. What went south?
This is a fever dream.
And this is why Sarah's being arrested.
No way. No way she had anything to do with any of that.
300.
There's no way.
52 bucks. Fuck right off, buddy. There's no controller.
Everybody's playing the whole, yeah, no, just nobody wanted this guy around anymore. It kind of got to be a burden having him in the house. And just there it was. He just went up and disappeared one day. Well, wait a minute. You go from living together 1 minute to not living together the next, but nobody knows or even cared to ask, where'd this guy go? Is he coming back? So I think that automatically, your experience as an investigator is going to tell you somebody's not telling us the whole truth as to what happened here.
And this is where cold, hard evidence comes into play, because the investigators, they've already done their homework.
They found a fair amount of blood. It seemed to indicate that there was a foul play that happened in that apartment, and it seemed to support the idea that possibly Ryan was murdered in the apartment.
And not only were they able to find physical evidence in the apartment, at that point, Sarah had sold the car that she was driving, but they were able to track that car down. And sure enough, there was blood and biological evidence found in that car years later.
When the police look through Sarah's phone and her search history, they find some alarming searches. In particular, she's got searches for jugular. She's searching how to start a Ford Focus, and that happens to be the car that Ryan was driving. And then she's got this peculiar art piece saved, and it's of a dismembered body. So I think there were some alarm bells going off for officers.
The Google searches, the deep dives that we did, the stuff that she was into at least, painting with blood, like into drinking the blood, and then the searches that she did on her Android phone.
I don't know. I don't know about any of the blood stuff.
We knew that Sarah was researching frantically at 1 o'clock in the morning how to start the Ford Focus.
Interestingly, Ryan's
for this
car
shit,
had
dude,
this
that's
unique
insane.
ignition system, this aftermarket mechanism that required a specific technique to start it.
Car was dumped off a couple blocks from where the apartment was by a wrecker because the car was not able to be driven. The license plate were stolen off the car, and we've got Sarah on her Android phone who couldn't move the car, Emma's car. We're not asking you if you did it, we're asking you what happened there, because you were there. What had happened? How did he die?
I don't know.
We're telling you that we know that you do.
No, I don't.
So you want to put this all on Sarah? Your wife who's currently sitting in jail?
No, there's no way that Sarah did this.
Help us fill it in. What happened to Emma?
He left. She left.
We know she left. How did she leave?
Presumably in the car.
No. That's not the case.
Not in her car. And not alive.
You're 99.9% there. I know you're holding out. I don't know anything. Carl and I aren't buying it.
I think that's a natural human response.
I think it's been eating you up.
There was no murder weighing on us.
And she didn't confide in you about any of this? I mean, this probably has to hurt her. Having her husband at that time wanting to bring someone else into this relationship repeatedly. I wouldn't like anyone else coming in between my relationship.
It was hard on Sarah.
Okay, so what made her snap?
She didn't snap.
Was it self-defense? Did Emma do something?
I don't know.
Easier said than done to hold on to the emotion where you want to just jump across the table and say, we have all this already, right? Because you're only gonna get one chance at the person telling you. At this point, they know what happened, they just don't know who happened, right? So what I mean by that, we don't want to then tell the wrong person we have all this and then squander our only opportunity as to identify and elicit that confession from the person.
So I told you I've read, obviously, chats that Corey and Em were having before Em came up here. And in these, he describes you. And he talks about you.
Oh boy.
Right. It's not flattering. You know, initially he was calling you psycho girl. So he said he's nervous about bringing Em up because he said you wouldn't be very accepting of Em.
I would be very accepting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He said you would take matters into your own hands, that you would hate Em because he still had his penis. And from what we have read, the agreement between Sarah, because Sarah communicated with Emma as well before they came up, right? Because she wasn't all for it. So there were rules. So there's no intimacy. And then the other thing would have been, if Emma goes, you go. So if Emma leaves, that means you would have had to leave.
I wasn't aware of that.
So when Corey comes back from his rendezvous, Emma's not there anymore. She left on her own. You're safe to stay.
No, I wasn't aware of it. If she goes, I know.
To the investigator's surprise, it is revealed that Corey was not home that weekend, and that would later be corroborated by other parties as well.
Ultimately, law enforcement cleared Corey. Sarah had dropped him off at a hotel in downtown Columbus. He had made arrangements to spend the weekend with a woman who came in from out of town, so he was out of the equation as someone who was involved.
What happened between you and Emma when Sarah was at work?
Nothing.
Something did.
You left.
Yeah, he left, just not on his own accord. Sarah's talking right now. I mean, Sarah's already owning up to some of this stuff. Okay?
She really?
She is.
The conversation with Sarah back at the police department kicks into high gear. It has been hours since these interviews began, and law enforcement is not playing around.
Sarah, I don't know if you know this or not, probably not, but you're talking to Jennifer right now, talking to your mom, and also talking to Corey in Columbus. And there's major inconsistencies about this with your involvement with Ryan. And you know Ryan is now deceased. He's been murdered. I need to know, like, really what happened here. I mean, this is a bad situation. We're able to track down your car, the one that you used to own, the time of this incident. Something happened in that apartment the weekend that you dropped Corey off with that girl in Columbus. You're gonna have to tell me your version of this, and to see if it matches up with the evidence we have.
I'm not comfortable talking about this.
They already know, so they're waiting to see more as to now what are they going to tell us and compare that to what we know.
Was it an accident?
Yeah.
I don't know what was an accident.
With Ryan.
I didn't even know that he was dead.
Sarah, come on.
We always know there's two sides to every story.
Always.
So this is your opportunity to give your side, okay?
I've said what I know. Sarah Lloyd Dragon talked to.
Well, that's your decision.
I don't know what to say.
Creatine, yeah.
The truth, maybe?
For sure.
Later on in the interview, Sarah breaks down.
Sarah, look at me. I think you want to tell us the truth. Look at me. Is that correct? Just tell me what happened.
I'm scared.
Okay, I understand you're scared. Go ahead and start from the beginning. Okay?
It was an accident.
Okay. It was an accident. Accidents happen every day.
I was angry. he was coming out of the bathroom and I came up behind him and I put him in a chokehold and knocked him down. He passed out. Okay. And I didn't let go. And then it was too late. He stopped moving. And then I didn't know what to do. I've never done anything like that.
Where was Jen at the time?
She was downstairs.
What was she doing, or did she hear the scuffle?
Commotion.
Okay.
Came up, and then we had to figure out what to do. And we cut it up.
So where did you cut him up at? Bathtub. What did you use?
Some kind of salt.
Who did the cutting?
Mostly me.
Then what happens?
We have to figure out where to put everything. We started driving and trying to get rid of little things at a time.
On the road, or
It's like too
is there
big,
special
bro.
spots?
It's like a pod.
In public dumpsters. Couple gas stations.
Had you at any point told Corey what happened?
He doesn't know.
Okay, and he had nothing to do with it. He didn't say, "Hey, I want to go to the hotel for this week and take care of Ryan." Nothing like that.
Why were you so angry at him? What happened that you came up behind him and started joking?
He ruined my life.
She really laid out how they were able
like
to
the looks of
dispose
this
of
one.
Ryan in
Stuff in
several places to where it made it harder to find Ryan. In their mind, they had probably committed the perfect murder and would never be caught.
Got an update. Sarah just admitted to everything. You helped dismember the body. She admitted to all of it.
Okay.
She's coming clean, and you helped dismember the body with her. I mean, she's trying to do the right thing. Why don't you try to do the right thing?
Well, I guess if Sarah's the ringleader here, we've already established that. She asked you to do something, you're gonna do it.
But she's not a murderer.
She was in this case. Your world's crashing down.
Sure is.
Police have this 3-hour conversation with Jen where they're confronting her with all of this information, everything Sarah's told them. They're trying to get her to corroborate some of it, to admit to her involvement, but Jen never does. What she does ultimately, though, would shock everyone.
So I'm just gonna read your rights, okay? We're gonna start off with that, and then we can have a conversation.
Am I being arrested?
I didn't know that he was dismembered until they told me.
Did you know he was dead?
Not until they told me.
It wasn't he left and then hooked up with somebody who then, you know, did what they did to him. The only two people in that house on that weekend, which we know is when it happened, or right around those days that Corey was gone, are you, Ryan, Emma, and Sarah. What's in your purse?
Okay. More comfortable and calm.
So, Jen, like we talked about, you asked if you were under arrest. You are going to be placed into custody. He's a detective with the City of Marion Police Department. You're going to be booked into their...
Central 055. I need an ambulance for shots fired.
How long's your hand been in that?
Off and on.
Jen pulls a firearm from her purse and shoots herself. She takes her own life.
I mean, there was no indication that there was a firearm in the house, just a situation where a lot of answers died with her that day, which I think in some ways are detrimental to really knowing the full story of what happened.
055, do we have a victim?
Sarah tells the police that she knows why Jen died by suicide. She describes what she calls a suicide pact the two had. If they were to get caught, Jen would shoot Sarah and then Jen would take her own life. So they are supposed to die by suicide together. But ultimately, Sarah decides that she's too afraid of death to partake in this alleged pact.
Sarah Buzzard is essentially the last person left standing to face justice for the murder of Ryan Zimmerman. She is facing multiple counts: murder, kidnapping, gross abuse of a corpse. But this case isn't quite over just yet.
Aside from searching the apartment they all lived in, as well as Sarah's car, they executed a search warrant on the home that Jen and Sarah were living in with Sarah's mother. And it was a complicated situation because clearly now you have someone who has killed themselves right there in the home, but at the same time, they're still looking for any evidence that ties Sarah and Jen to Ryan's murder. And sure enough, they find a piece of evidence that is so haunting and so chilling that I would imagine even seasoned investigators had a problem with.
By this point, investigators have plenty of evidence to charge Sarah with this crime. They have the evidence from the apartment, they have the evidence from the car, they have her own statements that also match up with the other evidence that they found. Perhaps the biggest piece of evidence in this case was found when they did a search on Sarah's mother's home.
Only part of Ryan's skeletal remains were found. The one thing that was never located was his head. But officers would discover that his head was in a soup pot in a box in Sarah's mother's garage. This was a bombshell. These women have had the head all of these years.
In fact, it traveled with them throughout several moves. At first, it was stored in the freezer in their apartment behind some frozen vegetables. Then as they moved around, they would take it with them. And it's unclear if they just didn't know where to dispose of it or if it was looked at as some sort of trophy.
By December 2021, Sarah Buzzard is facing the possibility of a death sentence. So she decides to take a plea, pleads guilty to 1 count of aggravated murder for the killing and dismemberment of Ryan, aka Emma. And now, with this plea, the death penalty is taken off the table.
As Sarah Buzzard enters the courtroom for her sentencing, she faces the possibility of spending the rest of her life behind bars.
I accept responsibility for the role I played in Ryan's death, and I will live every day of the rest of my life attempting to redeem myself through positive actions and deeds.
To me, this seems like somebody who felt like this was warranted in her mind, and maybe the pain that she felt Ryan caused her was that justification. So in the end, it was going to come back on Sarah anyway with the physical evidence. She admitted to killing Ryan, but it's also very clear that one person could likely not dismember and do this alone. But in the end, I think she knew that time was up. She had gotten away with it for several years, but it was time to pay the piper.
My kids will never know their Uncle Ryan. They'll never get to talk to him and see the similarities that I see that they have with him. They'll never get to play those games with him, and they would have all loved that so much.
I was a bit shocked that, she did what she did in terms of, hey, I'll take the rap. But then I think that she wanted to avoid the death penalty, and lo and behold, was at least afforded that opportunity.
Sarah Buzzard is handed down a sentence of life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years served.
If you think about from the day Ryan Zimmerman was killed to when we got resolution in the case, from the secrets that were kept just between Jen and Sarah over the years to law enforcement working together to find this physical evidence, this definitely was a very egregious case. But in the end, it answered the question of what happened to Ryan Zimmerman, and with that and the guilty plea, you hope that it gave his family the ability to be able to move forward. But it's a good reminder, don't judge a book by its cover, because you never know what's lurking underneath. This case breaks my heart because at the end of the day, Ryan was a very young man who was just trying to figure out where he fit in this world and where he fit as a person. And there were people that took advantage of that who had way more experience in life than he did.
Hop off. Vision Pro. Okey-dokey. I just got a new controller, Jay. I just bought this controller. Two additional thumbsticks. Two inner paddle blanket pits. One paddle removed.
Look, guys, I've been playing Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2. One
Roller, buddy.
stick moves through as we play. The sensor reads where that stick physically is in the track through friction and generates that movement input for the controller. But over time, that track can wear down, dust, oils, and micro debris can get into these tracks, and the sensors will think that gunk is the stick moving in the track. The false positive for movement from the sensor sensing that gunk is what pushes the input through, even though you didn't physically move the stick. All effects have the same design, minus the physical track. The stick is connected to a magnet surrounded by sensors that track the magnetic field around the magnet. So when the stick moves, it moves the magnet, and based on the change in the magnetic field, that's how it generates the input for a Hall effect stick controller.
We're going down in parapods. That's not good. Moving down in the parapods. Here it. Alright, now we swap that with that. Put that there. What do I have left?
Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back for my existing subscribers. I want to talk to you about the control that was almost a perfect fit for me, right? It was so close, but there is one critical feature that I just can't get past, right? It's going to be the Scuff Envision Pro V2. So they finally got Hall effect sticks, which caught my eye. I went out and purchased it. I was super excited. The controller feels amazing. So out of the control,
We'll see.
This is the Scuff Envision Pro. It's a high-performance gaming controller tailored for PC gamers. It boasts 11 additional remappable inputs, including 4 rear paddles, which are clicky, 5 G keys, which are just slightly clicky, 2 side-mounted buttons that are clicky, and ABXY Omron mechanical switches that are very clicky, but not squishy. It also has these fantastic instant triggers that can be switched from hair trigger to full-on throttle mode. It's got a wireless dongle, a USB-C cable, in addition to interchangeable sticks, because the faceplate of this controller actually comes off. Now, you do need Corsair's iQ software to actually use this on your computer, but for PC gaming and Windows 10 and 11, this controller is pretty good. Priced at $180, I really wish that we had some Bluetooth in here. Other than that, I think this is a very well put together controller. This is the Scuff Envision Pro. It's a high-performance gaming controller tailored for PC gamers. It boasts 11 additional remappable in buttons that are clicky, and ABXY Omron mechanical switches that are very clicky, but not squishy. It also has these fantastic instant triggers that can be switched from hair trigger to full-on throttle mode. It's got a wireless dongle, a USB-C cable, in addition to interchangeable sticks, because the faceplate of this controller actually comes off. Now, you do need Corsair's iQ software to actually use this on your computer, but for PC gaming and Windows 10 and 11, this controller is pretty good. Priced at $180, I really wish that we had some Bluetooth in here. Other than that, I think this is a very well put together controller. This is the Scuff Envision Pro. It's a high-performance gaming controller tailored for PC gamers. It boasts 11 additional remappable inputs, including 4 rear paddles, which are clicky, 5 G keys, which are just slightly clicky,
Interesting.
2
I'm
side-mounted
excited
buttons
to
that
use
are
this. It
clicky,
looks like a
and
good roller. Looks like it'll be a good roller.
I just got my new SCAF controller today, and for $99, the Valor Pro has
The Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 ports are examples of Activision being fucking greedy. These are without a doubt the most blatant, lazy, copy and paste, half-ass ports that I have ever fucking seen come to a new
K away. 100K. 100K away.
So if you guys aren't aware, today, May 29th, 2025, Scuff has released the new Envision Pro controller. So this version of the controller comes with Hall effect sticks. Basically, right now, if you go on Scuff's website, you will be greeted with the brand new page, which isn't really new. It's very familiar, and the only thing that I could see that was a little
How fun Yama is? Yeah, I hear Yama's pretty fun once you get the hang of it. How many KC Yama do you have?
So I'm walking through the gaming aisle at Best Buy, and that's when I spot the most insane looking gaming controller. And because I have the self-control of a 6-year-old, of course I had to pick one up. This is the Scuff Envision Pro, and this might be the best controller in my entire collection. Starting with 11 remappable buttons, 4 of course on the back, 2 on the sides, and of course 5 G buttons on the bottom of the controller. The controller features rubberized pro style grips that do wrap the entirety of the handle, and you can even activate the trigger stops on the back to give yourself hair triggers. But the coolest part is the magnetic faceplate that lets you easily swap out the thumbsticks. So I'm walking through the
Kind of what I'm looking forward to, is swapping out the thumbstick. Sponsored video without telling you sponsored. That's hilarious. $1,200? Oh shit. You're quite the professional then. This nerd on our fucking in our group's got 2K. Rank 1,000. He hasn't done it in time. He used to be in the top like 300 rank when it first came out. He was fucking nerd and well, only 900 more to go. Fucking crazy. Oh, it's crazy work, brother. Damn, that's unfortunate, bro. Black Ops on multiplayer is goated. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. BO2 multiplayer was better. Yeah, maybe it was. I can agree with you there objectively, but I just like BO1 better. Objectively, you're right. I just like BO1 better, though. Feels like a better COD. Never played it during its prime. Oh, I ruined those games, bro. I had both games the first day they were released, and I fucking destroyed. I remember the first night I came home, and I was so hooked on Black Ops 1, dude. I stayed awake for like 3 days straight playing that shit. And then, like, I basically missed all of grade 7 because all I did was stay at home fucking. Oops. All I did was stay at home and play fucking Black Ops 1. I was hooked. I was fucking, like, so good at that game, dude. It's stupid. Obviously, I'm washed now, but. Alright. Damn, the group chat is just going off today. Fucking Avernick Defender, Burning Claw, Bandos Chest Play, Bandos Tacits, Ballista Limb, Enchanted Crystal Teleport Seed, Enhanced Crystal Teleport Seed, Ballistic Schematic. Oh my. 97 Slayer. The gains are fucking surreal today, dude. You looking at me like that for Rex? What's up, Rex? Hey. Hey. How's my boy? I should go for the Quest Cave and then base 90s. Go get her, Rocky. Go get her. Rocky, get going. Hmm. Hmm. What's some bullshit I can get rid of? Cocktail shaker. Don't Cake tin. Don't really need that. Okay, I'm starting here. Don't really need that. That. That could go there. Go there. Okay. Can I get rid of in here? We don't need an ice cooler. Ribbon helmet. Don't really feel like we need that. Get rid of that. Monk's robe. I feel as though I can just get rid of that. Rune crossbow. I mean, do I even really need that? Not really. We'll save it just in case. Gold helmet. Like, don't really need that. On-chain body. Don't really need that. Excuse me. Whoops there. Black metal. Definitely don't need that. The plate legs. Definitely don't need those. You short bow. Don't need that. Yo. Alright, I'm basically ready to go. Just gonna take a leak real quick. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna season some chicken that I have to kind of like pull apart. You know what I mean? It'll take me like 2 minutes. But I'm just cleaning out my bank here real quick. Get rid of some shit that I don't fucking need. Doing what I should have done a long time ago. Holy chat, look at all that bullshit I just got rid of. Dwarven helmet. Bro, why is this shit worth so much? The fuck? I out that rune spear for 12k. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at that. High out that shit. Fuck yeah. I go take a leak, and then I'm gonna season this chicken, and I'll be right back, and then we'll fucking get this going, alright?